So good afternoon, everybody. I'm Andrea Giunta. I'm here to talk with you about securing secret with automation. Before we start, let me thank the organizer for this event. I hope my talk will be of interest to you. It's based on a real business scenario done in my organization. I'm working in Microsoft as a site reliability engineer, and I'm a technical speaker in a community in Sicily, Italy. This is the agenda for the next 30 minutes. Before we start, please consider that it's a talk, it's not a lecture, so feel free to interrupt me anytime. There is no dumb question, so any question can be related, and I would like to have your opinion. This is not the only way to fix something, it's just an approach to that, so feel free to interrupt me at any time. Before we go through the business scenario and the adapted demo for our talk, we should at least define what secrets are, having a common ground on what we define as a secret. So the bullet point list at my back is just a bullet point with some definition for secrets. Of course, anyone can feel free to add or remove items from this bucket list, but basically we can identify secrets as password, access tokens, and what are strings. What we have, shared signatures, other strings, certificates, and a lot of other things that basically, generally speaking, enable systems or users to talk each other. So we can have secrets to authenticate ourselves through our own banking, or we have systems that need secrets to be able to communicate between themselves. In that case, we have usually a client ID and a secret. I think that all of you, or how many of you use third-party authentication provider like SignMe with Google or LinkedIn or, okay. Basically, we have that the app that you are using has registered with the provider account, with an authentication account to have a client ID and a secret. The communication happens because the application is able to identify itself through authentication provider and then communicating, getting your data and authenticating you. We already know why it's important to secure our secrets, because basically our information are communicated through those secrets, but not only. Our secrets are only stored through that secrets. Should be of public knowledge that secrets are important to be secure, because basically we wrote software to handle data and we must keep the data secure. To have those data secure, we need to have a system based on secret certificates and a lot of other things that we must change from time to time. Even here we have another list of reasons why we must be secure. I was talking about mutual authentication between services, but we have data encryption, we have a lot of permission basically. We use secrets to give our user or our user systems permission. We are granting authorization through secrets basically. We have the question, but we don't have the answer. How can we secure the secrets? Of course, there is no sure way to have a 100% secure system, because things change, technology change, and we need to keep the pace basically. But for sure, we should follow all the best practice that we can. So we should have something like a key vault, in generally speaking, not just as or key vault, in general sense. We should have a system that is able to monitor our secrets are expiring, and we should be also able to rotate those secrets automatically. And that's the focus of the talk of today. And of course, we should have also another system that is able to handle all the relationship between our secrets and who is using them. So we should be able to take them down if there is some security breach, basically. So if we need to disconnect one of our partners, we should be able to do that in an autonomous way. That's not the topic of the focus anyway. That's for the second topic. We have some pain points about handling secret generally. We do have expiration time that if we are following best practices, it's around 6 months usually, at least for our business scenario that it's based on Azure Active Directory. We can have some security breach, so someone has been able to exploit our secret, our partner has been compromised, we are being compromised. That it's another important thing. when we are consuming or creating a new secret, in both cases we should be sure that we are not being compromised, but also that the one is consuming our secret has not been compromised, because the problem can happen on the other side of the bridge, and in the case we need to close the bridge as soon as possible anyway. And that can happen for a lot of different reasons. We can have basically error in good faith, but we can also have a bad faith situation. So we should at any time be able to fix part of the issue. And then we have the other problem, the rotation when it's human-based. We have scenarios in which rotating and communicating secret to partners or to the system, it's a duty assigned to an employee, a physical employee. And that is where the demo later focus, how to remove this pain point, basically, how to automate this process, why we should automate this process. It's a process that requires a lot of attention, of course. It's a process in which error can happen in good or bad faith. It happens to me in good faith that when I was rotating some secrets a few weeks ago, before my vacation, I sent out one of the secrets without all the security flags that are required in my organization. I acknowledged that almost immediately, and nothing happened, basically. Was a human mistake, because our humans are prone to mistakes. We make mistakes daily, so it can happen. I was able to fix it in neither 1 minute after I sent out the secret, but it's something that could slip out and make some damages. And last but not least, we need someone to do it. This means for the company a cost, a human cost, because you have to pay someone that is just to do what one of my old manager would call as monk job. You are just putting data, you are taking data from one place and putting in another one. And it's something that could lead you to some mistake. And on the other side, to the people that, to the person, to the employee that it's called on that process, well, it's annoying. You are doing all the day just creating and rotating secrets. You are not learning nothing new. It's really a monkey. At least in my personal opinion, it's really a monkey job. I'm not learning nothing. I'm just spending a day at job, basically. So it's a win-win for both, for the company and for the employee to have an autonomous system to do that. And here we can have one of the classic discussion. Is automation stealing jobs? How many of you think that automation is stealing jobs, or could steal jobs? Or do you think this kind of process could be one of those cases? It's just a personal opinion, of course. Well, I will start. I don't think this is a scenario in which automation is stealing job, because that's not real nice job to do anyway. It's something that can be automated, something that doesn't give to the person, to the people, any value, added value, and free some time for the person to learn something new, to invest his time in something that could be of higher value for him, ourselves, for the company, generally speaking. Our business scenario is based, I had to redact some from the business scenario because it's based on a real use case that my organization has worked on. So I simplified the demo, but we will be at the demo soon. We do have a list of external suppliers that are able to access to our subsystem to provide translation, basically. So no lot of sensitive data here. They are able to access our services through API, and they are able to identify thanks to Azure Active Directory app registration, which means they have a client ID and the secret that it's generated and handled directly inside Azure Active Directory. That means that through the app registration permission through the other system, they are able to access other part of our Azure tenant. All of our secret must be kept in one single place. In this case, a key vault. Why this? Both to following best practices, having one place, a secure place like key vault that it's designed to store such information. And the other one, because it simplifies monitoring. We need to monitor just one place to have all the information that we need about secret status. in this particular case, secret expiration. The issue here could be that we are gonna lose the link between the secret object and the Azure Active Directory app registration that generated the secret. To do that, we are using just simple escamotage using the object ID inside the secret name. So we are able to parse, validating, and take a pointer to the correct Azure Active Directory app registration. And we can come back to the fact that there is no 100% sure strategy here. So in this scenario, we are using something that is designed as secure by default that could be a point of failure. It's something that, in the case of Key Vault, it's redundant and secure, and there is a lot of policies behind. Of course, you can make a mistake while generating the access policies to that Key Vault. And that's one of the reasons why you should go with an automated process, because you are excluding humans from the process here, and you are giving only permission to approved application to be able. On the other side, having several Key Vaults for different and that can be do. This Key Vault handle just one kind of supplier. Okay, so not all the secrets are stored in the same Key Vault. One cluster, we have clusters, and this cluster is handled by this Key Vault. You can split in different Key Vaults, but you have more to look, and all of them are point of failure. It's multiple point of failure potentially. So the answer could be having a strong policy on who access Key Vault, but also a policy on a regular audit to see who is still authorized to access the Key Vaults to avoid any potential issue. Basically, the answer is having a strong due diligence to avoid any problem, but I think that it's following the best practice best. I think that having clusters for the kind of application and the user of those applications could be a first way to go. So having Key Vaults for external user access, having Key Vaults for the internal application, and of course having processes to check, audit that everything is in good shape and just the right people are able to access. Basically, it's always be sure that following the best practices is like having I was speaking before about why we must and how we should secure our secret, right? And I tell you a lot of things. One of the things that I didn't say, for example, in the best practice should be have some, if you are using a GitHub, GitLab, Azure DevOps, any kind of source control system, having a process that check that secrets are not hard-coded in the code, because that's it's a point of failure. You should never have secrets in the code. So yes, I think that a solution like DVD at Impera, it's good anyway, and depends on us on how to find the right balance between how much cluster you want to, how much Key Vaults, how much register you want to handle. In the demo, I had to I'm not using Azure Active Directory in the demo because the demo it's using my personal hotmail.com account, so I don't have a premium Azure Active Directory, but the code for the renewal is commented, and basically they are just 4 commandlets that is what are we using. Other question? I think I will answer fully the question with the demo also, but it's okay. Okay. Other questions? Okay, 10 minutes left. Before we start, if we have to start from scratch, we don't have anything. We have just a few passwords, some connections. If we have to approach this as first, what we should have to be able to handle our secrets? Well, first of all, we need a monitor that it's able. First of all, we need a Key Vault and a monitor. So we need a single point to store our secret, and then we have a monitor that it's able to monitor these, look at these. In our case, a Key Vault, and check for all the secrets that are expired. Then we must generate the new secret before and storing the key vault before the secret is expiring. Otherwise, we risk to have some disruption in our services. Users that are not able to log, data that are not able to send out, and everything else. And last but not least, we need to inform our partners, that be our colleagues that are maintaining other platforms, but also third-party external users. Because we like diagrams, that's an easy basic architecture that starts from the redacted version of what I've done at my organization. And as we can see, we are using a trigger, a logic app time triggered to run everything. Basically, we will have an automation runbook to execute some PowerShell script on our tenant to rotate, to check for the secrets and to rotate the secrets themselves. If everything is okay, we will send out, in this case, an email to the partner. In the demo scenario, I'm the partner. I will receive an email, if I remember to open Outlook, with the list of the secrets that have been rotated. For authorization side from work and simplicity's sake, the demo will be more straightforward. We will not have the secret generation through Azure Active Directory. We just keeping them randomly generating secrets and storing in the key vault. But the few lines of code needed to do this step are anyway in the commandlet that will be on GitHub in the next days for you to give a look, improve, I hope. If we can go through the secrets. So we are not using them. I was trying to use them, but in my personal account, I should do a lot of things to make it work, and it will make things a little bit more complex. Basically, if we try to execute the code that we see later to generate, we will find out an access denial error that can be fixed, but will put a lot of other things in the diagram. So I would like to keep things easy right now. Then we can discuss on how to do that. And this is our key vault. As you can see, we have a few secrets, and two of them are expiring the next month. So what I'm expecting is to get those two bad guys, because I will check for the secrets expiring in the next month. And here is the logic app that I'm also triggering to take back some time. So go back to edit. Basically, it's based on recurrence. I'm initializing the string output that I will use later, and the time window to monitor the secret, so I know what is expiring in which time. In this case, I'm looking for everything expiring in the next month. Then I'm executing a commandlet from the from the automation account. This commandlet that it's just a few lines of code. I'm logging into my tenant, and I'm taking all the secret from a key vault and filtering them for what is expiring in the next month. Once I parse all of these, I'm looping through those secrets, and I'm executing the rotation commandlet. That's a little bit not more complex. We have something here basically. I'm still connecting to the tenant through the identity token, and this is one of the pain points of this solution, because this step will take time, and this is the reason why I already started the logic app. I'm checking if the secret is expiring, because I'm a freak about double checking everything. If so, I'm going to get back the object ID from the secret. I told you that to keep the link between the secret and the app registration, I'm keeping the object ID in the secret name. So basically, I'm parsing the GUID in the secret name to take the pointer to the app registrations. Once I do that, if the GUID is valid, so I am also checking if this is a valid secret, I'm going to, in our real world scenario, I'm going to use a commandlet to generate the new secret. And once I got the new secret, I'm just converting to a secure string to be converted in the key vault. I think that maybe, I don't know if you already if this answered your question, but basically once I do this, the key vault is updated with the new with the same secret with a new value, basically. But what the demo is doing right now, it's generating a random string and doing the same process here. So no secret has been used here. It's all everything generated here. The secret that I'm generating will not work in any application because it's of no application at all. And at the end, I'm storing it into the key vault. If everything went well, okay, I should have received an email right now. Yep, this email. It's just straightforward. I do have my list of secrets here. And I got the first one and the last one as expected with both results true. I don't have any information about the secret. This is totally free. The key vault is already updated. I just need to know that the secrets have been changed and I updated them. In the real business scenario, I'm not using Excel. I'm using Azure DevOps. I'm logging through Azure DevOps and updating my colleagues that those secrets have been rotated and to check if we should do something else about that. And now, if we go back to the key vault, as you can see, we see 2022 for the first and last line until I hit refresh and I get the updated date key vault. So the key vault now it's updated and all the links between the key vault secret and all the other objects inside our Azure tenant, of course, will use the new secret.